let's create our thoracic limb controls. We'll use the same designs we've used for our back legs, only we'll kind of swap them for our front legs. That way it adds a little bit more clarity as to what controls what. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll go to our Create panel and we'll create a line shape. Let's go ahead and check our snap settings. We'll have that set to grid point. And now go in and start with our diamond shape. Okay, so exiting our line tool, we'll now go ahead and quick align this to our front nub on the left side. Since this is a control, let's go ahead and add it to our controls layer. Great. And then at this point, we can go ahead and rename this to CS_L_thoracic limb 01. Okay, great. Let's say we go ahead and adjust its shape so it fits around the hoof a little bit better. So we might want to just go to shaded mode. I'll go back to the modify panel, select all of our points, and then going to our scale tool, we'll scale from the center just a little bit more. And then we could start to bring the shape back. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Might want to pull it over on the x-axis a little bit more to center it. And I think that's going to work out just fine. All right, we know that this needs to be linked to our global control, so let's take care of that. Great. And then next, we can go ahead and mirror this across. So we'll just go ahead and snap it over to the opposite side. I'll go ahead and clone this object as a copy. We can rename it. And now let's go ahead and quick align. Okay, great. And if you like, you can go to your vertex subobject level and center this. Just kind of move it over a little bit more to the horse's left, or move it however you need to center it a little bit better, but I think that's going to work out just fine. Okay, beautiful. All right, so at this point, we can go in and recolor this object red. The other one will be blue. Let's go ahead and hide the horse. And then heading over to our hierarchy panel, which is effect pivot only, and we'll go ahead and quick snap its pivot to our IK goal. Let's do the same thing for the right side. Okay, great. So now these will control the exact spot they should. So that's been taken care of. At this point, selecting both controls, it's a good idea to go ahead and reset them, collapse them, and freeze. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and take care of our knee controls. Again, we'll grab our line tool, and we're using a triangle. So this might be best to do from our front view. So again, enabling grid snap, we'll go ahead and snap out our triangle shape. We can go to our modify panel and go ahead and adjust the shape further, maybe bringing the point up a little bit higher at the top. And I'll go ahead and rename this to CS-L. In this case, we can go ahead and name this elbow, since that's what it would represent. 01. All right, let's go ahead and move over to our perspective view, and we will quick align this to our knee bone. Okay, great. So at this point, let's go ahead and recolor this object. We know that it needs to be linked to the global control, so we'll take care of that. I might even center its axis, so I'll go ahead and take care of that as well. All right, great. And then with that done, you might want to just, again, quick align back to this bone object, which is actually the metacarpal here. But now that it has been linked, it's a good idea to go ahead and clone this object. Let's go ahead and rename it. All right, and now we can go ahead and quick align to the opposite side, recolor this, and now selecting both objects, let's go ahead and move them forward. It might be a good idea to show our horse now, just to keep track of the distance between the metacarpal bones and the controls. All right, I think that's going to work out very well. So at this point, it's a good idea to go in and, again, reset the objects, go ahead and collapse them down and then freeze. We want to do it in that order. That way the control is clean and ideal for animation. We won't run into any weird skewing issues. All right, great. So all controls have been linked to their respective parent, and they've been cleaned up. So that means we're good to go and we're ready to work on our scapula controls, which we will take care of in the following lesson.